Hey, Melissa, it's been a little bit of a bouncing ball through the course of the day and a little bit confusing in terms of where exactly these trade talks are actually standing right now. Here's how the day unfolded. Earlier today, we had Treasury Secretary Bessent talking to reporters and saying that there were no talks yet. He said that the talks would have to start at a lower level, and then ultimately they would work their way up to the principal level between Xi Jinping and Donald Trump. But there was also no time frame for that. Then later, President Trump came out here on the North Lawn. He had an impromptu gaggle with reporters. He was asked if there are active talks. He said active. Everything's active. So that seemed to imply that there were active talks with the Chinese. Not clear what level that's happening at, so I went into the West Wing and spoke to Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary. She sort of sorted it out by saying that what Bessent was talking about was this idea that there were no talks yet between Xi Jinping and the President of the United States, and what the President of the United States was talking about was just talks in general that were active. She said that there are staff-level talks between the two countries that are going on now. So we're working to try to figure out, what that means, who's meeting with who, when that's happening, and get any kind of readout we can of the details of those talks. Meanwhile, Melissa, we are expecting to hear from the president any moment now in the Oval Office. Reporters have just been invited in with cameras. He might make a statement, he might not. We're going to stay on top of that.
Eamon, the response from the Chinese didn't seem to be that thankful, should I say. They seem to be a little bit angry about the tone that the president was taking.
Yeah, I mean, the Chinese foreign minister putting out a statement that was retweeted, I guess you would say, by the Chinese embassy here in the U.S., accusing the United States of trying to blackmail China and saying this is no way to cut a deal. If the United States truly does want a deal, this kind of rhetoric and this kind of action is not the way to do it. So you're kind of left in this limbo, Melissa, which is, does the United States have to walk back the tariffs in order to even get trade talks to start with the Chinese? And the White House is saying the president is not going to do anything unilaterally like that. So if you need to bring the tariffs down to start talks, the White House is saying we're not going to do that. So that means talks aren't going to start. But the White House is saying they're open to talks. So you're kind of left in a bit of a box in terms of where things are going from here. And you're going to need some kind of diplomatic breakthrough to move the needle on this. And right now we don't see, any indication that that's happening.
Yep. Eamon, thank you. Keep us posted. Eamon Javers joining us from the White House today. So